How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments. So, this is pretty cool that just happened. I follow Todd McFarlane on Instagram, and I just came across this article, which is pretty cool. And it's basically Todd McFarlane's new book, King Spawn, sells 500,000 copies. And that is crazy in like now when like most comics just sell for, I don't know, like maybe 50,000 if it's a really big title, maybe 100,000 if it's like a Spider-Man or if it's like an issue number one of something. Maybe a couple 100,000 if it's like a re-release of like a big series and it's the number one, has all these variants and stuff like that. But this one sells for 500,000. 500,000 copies sold. It's King Spawn 1, Todd McFarlane cover, all that good stuff. Technically sold 497,000, but I'm sure that's going to be going up. It is actually the largest release of Image in the past 25 years. Of Image, not just Spawn, of Image. And 25 years ago, what are we in, like 1996? Right? And it came out in 92. And that was during the 90s boom. Well, I mean, 90s boom is a little bit before that. That was when it's starting to come down a little bit. But still, in the last 25 years of Image, largest comic, sales units sold. Wow, that's really cool. I'm happy for him. He seems like a cool guy. I mean, obviously, he business wise, he's making a lot of money. Nothing wrong with that. But he seems like he really loves his character and Spawn. Like he still inks and draws, and I don't know if he writes this story anymore. He probably wrote this story, but that is super cool. I'm happy for him that it reached that price. Was a stupid ad. But yeah, so I mean, if you look at the past couple years, in 2018, the top selling was Action Comics 1000, sold 504,000 units. After that was Detective Comics 1000, selling 574,000 units. So this is up with Superman and Batman, and they're hitting 1,000. Issue 1,000 is pretty crazy. Let's see, the previous milestone Image was the Scorched Spawn's Universe, and that sold 211,000 units. So a little, about half. And he's coming out with new stuff. Where is it up here? It's somewhere around here. He's coming out. Oh, there's going to be a Sam and Twitch TV show. There's The Gunslinger comes out in October. And this is part of his Spawn universe, which is he's working on the movie, right? He's working on these movies. He's been working on these movies for, before I was born, writing scripts. No, I'm just joking. He's been working on these scripts for a long time. He said he got the funding. He said he has an actors. No news. No nothing. So, but one thing I should put, there should be a big asterisk next to this, right? So the way it works is there's a lot of variant covers with this. And he said on his Instagram that he is releasing the rarest of all rares variant covers. This is him talking about it right here.
Hey everybody, Todd McFarlane coming to you live. This is really a video.
So this is this King Spawn.
Be how it works, right? This is going to be the rare book. This will be the single smallest print run I've ever offered to any retailer at any point, any time.
So right there, he just said, if you can't hear very well, this is going to be the single rarest variant cover he's ever offered, ever. And in order to get this variant cover, oops, let's back up a little bit.
Getting the 1 in 50 variant, which is basically the raw pencils to this cover. And because
so he has a 1 in 50 variant. So the way it works is a comic shop or whatever, someone, an individual owner, I guess, has to order 50 copies to get this pencil sketch version of the normal cover, right?
these are 1 in 50,
1 in 50.
you will get 5 of these.
5 of
So
them.
if you qualify for this one book, then you will also be getting these 5 books. So that means that there's going to be 6 altogether that you will get. So how is it going to work? Let me show you. come on over here. This is how it's going to work. All right. So there's going to be first off, there's going to be a finite amount of these books. But the simple part is I'm going to sign all of them.
So basically what he's saying, you have to order 250 comics. You'll get 5 of the normal 1 in 50 variants. And then you will also get this special super rare variant. But the thing is, he goes later on in the video, is that he's each one that's ordered, he's going to number them, right? So me saying I own a comic shop, I would order 250 of these King Spawn number 1s. I get 250 regular King Spawn number 1s. I also get 5 of the 1 in 50 variants, which is just the sketch cover. And then I'll get 1 of these special edition super rare King Spawn comics. And what he's going to do is he's going to number each one so you know exactly how many there are out there. They're just going to be made to print, basically. So if, say there's 100 people that order over 250 King Spawn number 1s, then he is going to number each one of these, and it'll go all the way up to, if there's 200 people that order or whatever it is, he'll number 1 of 200, 2 of 200, whatever, and sending out those each to each person, each comic shop that ordered over 250 of the regular editions. And he'll sign each one, number each one, and he won't print anymore. And so you'll know exactly how many exist. I've always said this is the best way to do it. In my previous videos when I've talked about variant covers, is like you want to get the variant covers where you know exactly the print run. So who knows how many there will be? I don't know. There's 500,000 ordered, but there could be only 1 of these comics that exist, because what if only 1 comic shop owner ordered 250? I have a feeling it's a lot more. I bet it's going to be in the probably the 200 to 300 range. I think later in the video, that's what he kind of guesses it will be. And then he said after that, he is going to print no more, destroy any copy that is extra lying around. He said if you get a comic, if you get this special variant in and it arrives damaged for whatever reason, you can send it back. He'll rip it up and make you a brand new one. But he will only do that for a certain finite amount of time. Then after that, it's done. You can't send them back in, whatever. So, and then he's going to print a few blank copies, not blank as in there's nothing on it, just with no number on it. And those will be extra just in case someone needs to send in a damaged copy. But then after the time period is up, it's probably a couple months, he's going to tear up all those extra ones, and then that'll be it. So you'll know exactly how many will exist. So we'll probably find out exactly how many will exist in the next month or two, because after pre-orders are already made, now he's probably printing off these and making them. But yeah, so that's cool that it reached the height of 500,000 copies. I'm happy for the comic industry that there's this many out there. Whether actually this many will get in the hands of people, that's not going to happen. No way that 500,000 people are actually going to have this and read this. Most of these shop owners buy this many. They'll probably sell, if they order 250, they'll probably sell, I don't know, maybe 50 copies. And the rest they'll probably try to sell on like eBay and stuff like that, and Amazon and whatever. And then because they want that variant, because that variant is probably going to be, let's say if there's like 200 to 300 copies available, it's going to sell in the thousands of dollars. And that's why people want them. So first one out of the gate, you're going to see a bunch of raw copies of this variant up on eBay, and because people don't want to take the time to send it to CGC, which takes a million years. And then in a month or two, you're going to start seeing them pop up on eBay. And this is how it always works. The first couple out of the gate are going to be super expensive. And then it'll slowly level off as everyone throws up their copies on eBay to get their money back for buying all these, retail copies. You have to buy 250. So, yeah, but it's cool to see that comics are selling this high, even though it's always skewed. Anytime you see like a number 1 and they have these high print runs, it's just like, these DC Action Comics number 1 or 1000, Detective Comics 1000. They had so many variants, and that's what they include. So someone like maybe like 20, 30 covers on, I think, these action number 1000s. And so someone's like, well, I got to get them all. So each person's getting like 30 copies. And to get all the variants, you have to order a certain number. So it's like those numbers are always very skewed. It's not actually people reading them or buying them, individuals. It's usually people buying just a ton so they can get all the variant covers and then sell all the variant covers and make money. It's a way for comic shop owners to make money. And, there's collectors out there that are like, the super rare. So, yeah, expect if you want this cover, this is the cover right here with Spawn on his little throne and a sword. That's the special edition variant, but it's going to be white. This is just a colored version. And it's going to be, expect to pay in the thousands. Out of the gate, maybe it settles down and hits around high hundreds to low thousands later down the road, but it'll be super rare, and it'll always be rare because there will only be so many of them. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. All right, have a good day.